Do you guys want to know how to make $1,000 to $2,000 a month without actually even betting on sports? Now I know it sounds a little bit crazy, but that's what this video is going to be about, guys. I'm going to explain to you guys how you can make $1,000 to $2,000 a month betting on daily fantasy sports. All right, daily fantasy sports, which is DraftKings, FanDuel. Those are the heavy ones, all right? So I'm gonna show you guys exactly the basic concepts behind making a secondary source of income, making $1,000 to $2,000 a month, just doing that, all right? Because that's not really considered sports betting, so it's called daily fantasy sports. What daily fantasy sports is you're putting in lineups each day of the following sports that you are playing. You're taking players, so you're basically gambling on the players to go and be able to collectively get you enough points for you to make money on them, all right, guys? So I'm gonna show you guys exactly the basic concept behind it and how to do this at a high level and make $1,000 to $2,000 a month doing it. All right, guys. And as always, if you guys like this video, make sure you guys give us a thumbs up. Also, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel and hit that bell for notifications. If you guys are interested in getting coached by me, or if you want our picks and plays here at Linemaker Sports, make sure you guys visit the description down below. Without further ado, let's get over to the whiteboard. I'm gonna show you guys exactly how to make $1,000 to $2,000 a month with daily fantasy sports. All right, guys, so we're gonna talk about daily fantasy sports. All right, I'm gonna go step by step with you guys and show you guys exactly how you can make $1,000 to $2,000 a month just with daily fantasy sports, not sports betting. All right, guys, so step one, we're gonna figure out what type of bankroll that you need to be able to do this. All right, so your bankroll, what you're gonna need here is going to be a $2,000 bankroll. That's what you're gonna need. You're gonna need a $2,000 bankroll to get this going, to be able to make anywhere from $1,000 to $2,000 a month. All right, now if you only have a couple $100, you have a $500 bankroll, a $1,000 bankroll, you might be able to make it work with a $1,000 bankroll, but you're not gonna make $1,000 to $2,000 a month off of the $1,000 bankroll. All right, so you need at least a $2,000 bankroll in order to set yourself up to make that 1K to 2K profit per month. Now, step two, when you look at daily fantasy sports, what it is you have a bunch of tournaments in daily fantasy sports where you enter in a tournament, and some of them there's 500,000 people, some of them there is 200,000, some there is 1,000. So usually about 1% of that actually end up making money in the tournament. So you gotta have a really good lineup in order to cash to make money. This is what we're going to avoid. All right, so we're gonna avoid the tournament. You're gonna avoid going in those big tournaments, all right, guys? Because the reason why, this is basically like you're parlaying in sports betting. That's what you're doing. You're putting a little bit of money. Hopefully, maybe if I have a great lineup, I could cash and make a crazy amount of money off of $5, $10, all right? That's what you're banking on with this. It's the same thing as parlaying. You're putting a $5, $10 parlay in, you know, hopefully I can get a big payout from that. It's the same exact thing. It's the same exact odds, all right? Honestly, the odds for this are a little bit better than actual parlays, but it's still the same exact thing. What you do want to focus on is when you are looking at either DraftKings or FanDuel, when you're looking at how to play in these tournaments, the tournaments that you're looking for, you want to filter the tournaments out. And you want to filter them into 50-50 single entry tournaments, all right? That is what you want to do. That is what you want to look for. What these are single entry tournaments, which means you can only put one lineup in per person. And that means that half of the field, 50-50, is gonna make money. So you have a 50% shot at making money over the whole entire field, rather than a 1% shot of what usually happens in these big tournaments. So you have a way bigger margin, and you're way better, better shot at you making money on 50-50s than you are in big tournaments. Yeah, big tournaments, you're able to make that huge cash out just like in parlays, but here's the thing, when you go 50-50s, you don't even need the best lineup to be able to do that, to be able to cash in that. You just need a semi-good lineup to be able to cash 50-50 tournaments, all right? And single entry meaning that they can only put one lineup in, because these big tournaments, you can put 150 different lineups in. You can put a lot of different lineups in, and that can get very complicated, and that means that people have a lot of different lineups that can beat you. So to avoid that, you go with your single entry tournaments that are just the 50-50 tournaments. Now, if you go through your filter, when you're going to about to like enter into a contest, you can filter right through and take out the tournaments and just put single entry 50-50s in there. That is how you're gonna set yourself up to hit at a very high percentage in daily fantasy sports. All right, guys, so your first two steps, you got your bankroll down, you have a $2,000 bankroll. Your second step is you're avoiding the tournaments. When it comes to DraftKings or FanDuel, you are filtering them to just single entry 50-50 tournaments, which means half of the field ends up cashing in that. That does not mean that the 1% in the tournaments end up cashing. It means half the field. That's 50%. 50% end up cashing, and you end up doubling your money in those tournaments. All right, guys, so that takes us to step three now. Step three is going to be how you're going gonna do this, all right? How you're gonna do this to set yourself up to be able to make $1,000 to $2,000 a month profit, all right? You're gonna hit these lineups at a high percentage because 50% of the field ends up cashing and doubling their money. So you're gonna hit these at a very high percentage. You cannot compare this to sports betting whatsoever, all right? So with these numbers, you can't compare these numbers to sports betting because it's not the same thing. All right, so first off, in step 3, what you're gonna do is you're gonna play $100 per day in the 50-50 tourneys. All right, 50-50 tournaments, you're gonna play $100 per day. What that ends up looking like, because if you play $100 a day times 30 days, you make $3,000 profit. All right, well, obviously you're not gonna probably win every single day, but doing these tournaments, you can hit at a very high percentage. And I'm talking about like 80%. You could hit it about 80% over a month or beyond that. You can go up to 85. You can hit a very, very high percentage. Like I said, this is nothing like sports betting. This is way different than sports betting. So what you wanna do is obviously you wanna aim for $100 per day in the 50-50 tourneys. You're not gonna probably win every single day. Yeah, you might, maybe in a whole month, you might hit every single day for 30 days. If you do, you make $3,000 profit. But you wanna aim for more in this range, to win 20 to 25 out of the 30 days. All right, if you win 20 to 25 out of the 30 days, then you're looking at about 1,000 to 2,000, all right? Because 25 times 100 would be 2,500 is what you would make. You lose 5, so you'd lose 500, you'd make 2,000 there. Now, if you hit 20 out of the 30 days and you won, then you're making 2,000, but you ended up losing 10 days, so you end up losing $1,000, which gives you $1,000 profit. This is how you set yourself up in order to make $1,000 to $2,000 a month in daily fantasy sports. And it is very obtainable if you just listen to what I'm telling you guys. Now, if you guys want exactly how to do the lineups and how to come up with those lineups, make sure you guys go down in the description below and check us out, because I go into more detail of this definitely on our website, and when we go into the coaching program, I'm able to do this one-on-one with you guys and teach you guys exactly what it is to come up with your own lineups and be able to ensure your profit, just like I'm teaching you right here. All right, guys, hopefully you guys enjoyed that video on how to make $1,000 to $2,000 with just daily fantasy sports. All right, if you did, make sure you guys give us a thumbs up. Also, make sure you guys subscribe to our channel and hit that bell for notifications. Also, just wait, because you might want to check out these videos, because these videos here, they just might help you a little bit more.